If you were around the paddock in Yas Marina, you might not have seen it, but you definitely heard it. Fernando Alonso lit up the Yas Marina circuit for 3 days in his championship-winning R25 car in what was a farewell to the Renault name, for now, in Formula One. Not only was this Alonso's first championship-winning car, but it was also the last of the Renault's mighty 3-liter, 950-horsepower V10 engines. Nostalgia flooded the paddock and fans watching at home, as it was a great throwback to the days of a more aggressive and intimidating Formula One. Nostalgia aside though, the R25 somehow didn't seem out of place on track in the hands of Fernando Alonso, considering its tender age of 15 years. On Alonso's Saturday runs on the soft compound tire, Renault suggested he was lapping in the 1 minute, 39 seconds region. That performance is only 2 seconds slower than what Kevin Magnussen managed in the Haas on Saturday, and is about the same lap time as Lewis Hamilton's fastest race lap in Abu Dhabi in 2019. The R25 turned heads in the paddock, and everyone from the F1 world had their eyes peeled on the blue and yellow Renault machine, as it was a rare opportunity to see an old car lap a modern F1 circuit. The screams of the V10 engine even had 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton distracted during his post-qualifying interviews.
Oh, that sound is just so good, man. I mean,
I echo the exact same reactions as Lewis. There's just something about the sound of that V10 engine that just speaks to the DNA of F1 and motorsports as a whole. But besides the celebration of a long-gone era and the remarkable engineering behind it, there is actually a legitimate question to be asked following Alonso's 3-day stint in his old Renault. And at the risk of sounding outdated, someone should ask the F1 bosses why a 15-year-old car has people more excited than the current modern-day ones. If you showed a non-F1 fan the video of Alonso's R25 lapping the Yas Marina circuit, would they be able to tell that it is a 15-year-old F1 car? As great as modern Formula One cars and engineering is, the turbo-hybrid V6 era just doesn't garner the same emotions as the old V10 era does. This weekend really showed us what modern Formula One is missing, and I'm not the only one who's taken notice. "It is something that we are missing, honestly," said Alonso. "I think not only the fans, everyone in the paddock. We miss the sound. We miss the Formula One that we got in love with when we were kids and we were watching television. So now, to witness this car at this circuit, I think it was pretty special for everyone in the paddock." Renault's current driver, Daniel Ricciardo, also added, "It screams. It's got the wow factor. It's got the fear factor as well. I think any rookie jumping into a V10 is much more intimidated than jumping into a V6. It's not only the wow factor of the engine that's got us so excited about this car. It is also the nimbleness and aggressiveness of the chassis. Keep in mind that the R25 is 136 kilos lighter than the modern 2020 car, and as you can see in this photo, it's a hell of a lot smaller as well. It was also brilliant to see this generation of F1 car lapping the circuit in slick Pirelli tires and no DRS. There is certainly an interesting debate as to which era of F1 cars is the best, but my choice would always be the early 2000s V10 F1 cars. Now, I am a little biased in my choice as I grew up in the V10 era, and the sounds that it produced made a lifelong impression on my Formula One fandom. Are modern F1 cars great? Absolutely. The cornering speeds and sheer downforce of the cars defy logic at times. I've seen a modern F1 machine up close, and I was baffled by the size and complexity of the carbon fiber structure. It's an amazing piece of engineering, but for whatever reason, there's just something about the R25 that has me desperate for a return to that type of formula. The design of the car is complex, yet somewhat simple in comparison to today's generation. The bellowing sound of a 19,000 RPM revving engine almost necessitates earplugs while watching in your living room, and I can imagine would make your bones rattle watching it in person. Formula One's new engine regulations are set to come into place in 2026, and they're at somewhat of a crossroads as to the future of the power units. I wish we could return to the V10 engines, but I've got a strong feeling that we will only see them in action again on these types of nostalgic runs. Fernando Alonso's R25 outing produced a lot of emotions for fans, drivers, and members of the teams as well. It might not be the future of F1, but perhaps the bosses of Formula One can take lessons of the past and apply them to the future of the sport. What did you think of Alonso's R25 outing in Abu Dhabi, And is the sound something that we are missing in modern Formula 1? And also, we'd be curious to know, what is your favorite era of Formula 1 cars? Let us know down in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and if you want to see more from the Backmarkers F1 Show channel, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss a video. I've been your host, Chris Cato. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, it's bye for now.